Alright, so we got a daily routine for you to do. So we're going to start every day with this, and preferably I would like you guys to end every day with this before you go to bed. We're going to go through the entire system, but before we do that, we're just going to do a basic breathing practice, wake the body up. So I'm going to have Craig go into crisscross applesauce. Okay, sitting up nice and high. If this is a difficult position, bolster yourself up. You know, we all have kind of restrictions. So yeah, if he needs a bolster here to keep the back up nice and straight, yeah, you want to join? So keeping the spine straight on a bolster, we're going to breathe in and press the belly button as far forward as we can. So huge breath in, driving the stomach in, long breath out, let the whole body collapse. Good. We're going to go 10 breaths. Just here, huge breath in, trying to fill your lungs up all the way. Through the nose, out through the mouth or nose, doesn't matter too much. We're just trying to calm the body down, get you a little bit more into a focused mindset for some of these reps that we're going to do, because they're a little bit more focus intensive. And to start the day, it takes around 6 breaths to elevate the heart rate, get the blood pumping a little bit more. Do this before you eat in the morning so that your circulatory system is a little bit more active. So once we've got 10 breaths, we're going to stay in this position, and we're going to start with the hands and feet. So I'm going to slide a little bit closer towards me here. Yep. So we're going to get the wrist out straight in front of you, elbows tucked into the stomach so you can't go too far, and you'll see some of this stuff pop up again in our workouts. Nice and slow. He's just going to do easy 5 circles each direction, trying to draw a huge circle with the middle finger, not turning the inside of the wrist down to the ground. Okay? So we should feel like we're isolating here. So 5 each direction. They don't have to be too fast. They should be super easy. 10%. Okay, we're just trying to check in with every joint here. If you want to flex your fingers into fists and hands while you're doing this, so you get a little bit of movement in there as well, doing a nice easy wake up. Okay, from here, we're going to bring the hand all the way up to the shoulder, flex the palm towards the ground, all the way down to a straight arm. If you need to bring the elbow up a little bit to get to that straight arm, that's fine. Just make sure it stays there when you flex. Good. So once we've got 5 back and forth, we're going to switch so that the back of the hand comes up, and then we're going to rotate so that the back of the hand goes down. 5 times nice and slow. Okay. From there, arms go straight out in front of you. Okay. We're going to go shoulder blades. So reaching the shoulder blades as far forward as you can, up to the ears, back, and down into the back pocket. So we got forward, up, back, and down. 5 times each direction. Okay? From here, we're going to start focusing on the feet. So once we got that, we're going to bring the hand underneath. If you need to use a wall behind you, that's good. We want that back to be nice and straight so that we take up a lot of that slack. If you want to do an RNC grip, you can do a gable grip, just grabbing the hands underneath. Whatever works for you. If you can just barely hold it off the ground, that's good too. Doesn't matter. 5 ankle circles, nice and slow. Each direction. Take your time. And then we're going to bring the heel to the ground. Windshield wiper the foot back and forth. Trying to feel some movement in the tibial tuberosity on top. So you can bring a hand there. Make sure that shin is shifting back and forth underneath the kneecap. So you can feel that sucker. Then we need to lift the leg off the ground again. We're going to karate chop with the foot. Extend as far as you can up, keeping the back straight. You're not going to get that far. Get a little shake at the top, switch directions, come down. Again, super light. We're at 10% here, no more. 5 times each direction. Okay. Last but not least, we often forget this guy. Legs out straight. You know, you can even bolster the foot a little bit so you can get the leg straight. We're just going to mess with the kneecap. So you're just going to curl the kneecap around in its sheath as far as you can, trying to get the leg to relax and get some movement in there. Just 5 circles each direction. Clear the kneecap space out, and we want to get it moving all the way around. If you feel any restrictions, okay, just push into that area. If there's any pain in any of this stuff, stop and let us know immediately. We'll respond. So 5 in each direction, and then we're going to do the same thing on the other leg. So we're going to go through those ankle circles. Coming back up to the ankle circles on the other side. Nice and slow, quick. And then we bring the heel down. Windshield wiper. Flexions and extensions up and down. Again, super light, guys, just to clean up. Yep. And then we're going to mess with that kneecap. Okay. From here, we've got everything we can pretty much get done while sitting down for now. We're going to go to quadruped. So he's going to get on all fours. We're going to advance ourselves to the hip here. So we're going to get a nice big hip circle. He goes up to the chest, out to the side, all the way around, and back to where we started, and then the heel's going to go back, all the way around, and back. Good. So 5 times around each direction. The back should stay parallel to the ground here. Be honest with yourself. Again, we're not going super hard, so it's not super important to bolster and be crazy about it. You know, we can do that later in some of the more kinetic stretching and isometric stuff. But you can place something on the low back and try to get it not to fall off, or just have someone put their hand there. So we got 5 on each side of those guys. Next we're going to go through the spine. So we're going to stay in that quadruped position. Just going through some cat-cows, okay? Cat-camel, whatever we got Kitty here, so we can't piss him off and call it something different. Driving that back up and driving the back down. Trying to get as much flexion and extension. If you can go segmental like a spinal wave, that's great. Okay, this is not, again, super strict. We want to be super easy with this. Just getting some movement in the spine. 5 times each direction. All this stuff we're doing 5 reps. So simple, easy. 5 reps each direction. Okay, and then again, we're going to do some shoulder C.A.R.s from this position. This is a little bit more of an advanced shoulder C.A.R. So we're doing it so that we block range so we don't get hurt. We're starting easy, but nice and slow. He's going through as much range as he can. External rotation. He's going to rotate internally as far as he can, trying to get that thumb to point towards the ceiling as we come down to the hip, and then we're coming back. Okay. Again, you can put something on your low back and make sure that shoulder doesn't drive forward into the front. Right? We want to keep the shoulder as far back as possible. But in general, this should be more of just a very gentle, full range motion, trying to figure out what's gunky, what's sticky, what's clicking, what's popping. 5 times around each direction. Okay? Last but not least, we've got the neck. So there are 2 ways to do the neck. You know, people who experience some low back issues, you're going to want to be in a quadruped position. Nice and slow. We've got 5 neck circles. Keeping the mouth closed, trying to get all the way through that range in the cervical spine. Lead with your eyes. Okay? If you feel a little bit more comfortable with your spinal position, we can go down to what's called the Sphinx position, which is kind of like a triangular push-up position with our elbows down, and nice and slow we can move through there. And the key to this position is driving those elbows down, trying to get the mid-back up as high as you can so we get the shoulder blade into what we call protraction. We're driving it forward. And that's all for daily C.A.R.s. So these guys are super important to do every day just to clean out the joints. You're not going through your regular schedule. So, and in general, just cleaning out the joints will kind of just cue the body in that it's time to work on some of those areas that you haven't been going into for a long time. Thanks.